Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's all right. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, because it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, because I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I want to brought to you by is Camo Dumpsters. This is a great company that's going on in Tennessee. We're trying to get it into Atlanta and all other places as much as possible. All I need you to do is check us out. Now, one of the things I can tell you, I'm way out there in the country right now. I'm trying to get to the city.
Yeah.
Why? Because one of the things I can tell you, Atlanta is booming. I never know more place that I love than Atlanta. I ain't here yet, but I'm getting there. All you got to do is keep watching. Camo is coming for you.
There you go.
Now, I got to get back to this person that's been sitting with me for over 6 years. This man comes in each and every time with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
I'm doing lovely, Jay. Doing lovely, man.
Man, you know, you got to get a secret. The women want to know, why do you stay so happy?
How about I am, I don't know what's the right word. I'm just, I just believe in me. You know what I mean?
You believe in you.
And I wake up every day and try to get a little life out of life.
Okay.
And I don't believe you can do that without a smile. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you got a frown on your face, you're missing some life right now. So you put a smile on your face. You know, plus my father, man, was always just a fun-loving person. You know, he wake up in the morning, jokes, you know, laugh and smile. You never saw him, you know, unhappy. With a frown, anything. So he just had a positive spirit, man. You know, it's contagious.
Yeah,
it's contagious.
You didn't fall far from the tree.
No, not at all. He didn't allow me.
Oh, okay.
You know, I remember coming home and being bothered by some things that happened in school, and he was like, "You put that shit away, man. Come on out here and let's have some fun. We're gonna play some ping pong. I'm gonna take you now. Let's go fishing real quick." And he would always break the tension, whatever it is I was worried about. You know, football practice or whatever. He'd break the tension, and we'd be playing some cards, or we'd be in the backyard throwing the ball. But he knew how to keep himself full of life and not letting things go. And in fact, one of his pet peeves was people who always had frowns on their face. Right? He was like, "What you frowning for? You're living. You know, any day above ground is a blessed day." And that was always his mentality. So I got it honest, bro.
You know something? There's nothing wrong with that, man. But the women be in my DMs wondering what's up with Craft. Why do we be so happy? You know. And I want to make sure I answer some of their questions.
Yeah, tell them to DM me. I got you. I'm going to show them how to be happy.
It sounds like, okay, ladies, he opened up the floodgates now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Everybody say ain't no good man out there. We got a happy man right here. Now, so let's start with happiness.
Start with happiness.
He said he put a smile on your face. Oh, Lord. Okay, Craft.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it like that, bro.
Yeah. You know how Tommy Brown get down.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like you trying to get down.
Yeah. You damn right I'm trying to get down.
And you gonna turn that frown upside down. So any of y'all women is frowning and y'all ain't happy, Craft gonna change y'all whole life. You nasty.
I ain't did nothing wrong with it.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Yeah, so how you doing tonight, Smooth J?
Man, one of the things I can tell you, man, I'm very, very happy, man. Birthday coming up. Another year, another season, and one of the things I can tell you, man, I've been through a lot.
And yes, you have. I've been here for quite a bit of the last few years, you know.
So, only thing I can really tell you, man, I've been very blessed. And one of the things I can tell you, man, when you stay on path, blessings keep coming.
Blessings keep coming. And I think that is a marvelous way to introduce ourselves. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J. And we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a fantastic dialogue.
Yes.
Tonight's topic, would a woman rather have a man with time or a man with money? Basically, right?
Yeah. But you gotta put that brokenness in there. It's a broke man
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
time.
yeah. I think I missed that here. Say it for me.
What is
Say it
that?
for me.
Will a woman rather have a broke man with time or a rich man that's busy?
Yeah, would a woman rather have a broke man with time or a rich man who's busy?
Now, wow. We gonna be fighting tonight. As I know my opinions, and then I got a crew of people sitting there for the female's point of view. My daughter's in the background. So, we gonna hear the difference, okay, from the family side.
Yes,
right?
from the
This is gonna be a
family side.
family show.
Okay.
We're gonna do it a little bit differently tonight. But I'm gonna say right now, I think this is gonna be very interesting because, you know, I always heard that nobody wants to be with a person that don't have nothing going on. But I also heard no one wants a man that don't have time and he stay real busy. So they're saying it gotta be a middle. We're gonna find out tonight because I really feel like they probably want a person that really got it going on. But we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out, and that's what this show is all about. Just an opportunity to have a great dialogue, understand ourselves, understand the world, and of course, you know, we hope that you can make some good, solid, clear decisions by the end of this dialogue.
Yes.
That's what it's for. If you make a good, powerful decision, then by the time you reach the situation in your real life, you already know what you're gonna do. It should make life a lot easier. And so we thank you folks for being here tonight. Of course, we always start the show off with a prayer. Now, Jay, would you like to do our prayer tonight?
I'm still hungover from yesterday. No. No, your Lord knows. We watched.
Any prayer requests, my friend?
After last night, we can't pray for liquor because that happened. We need to go with health and wellness.
Okay.
'Cause I'm still recovering.
Okay, then let's do just that.
Let's do it.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight
Yes, Lord.
for another Bar Talk with Jay show and being here with our team.
Mm-hmm.
We ask Heavenly Father that you would make this show rich with wisdom
Oh, yes.
and lessons for those who are listening.
Mm-hmm.
We ask Heavenly Father that you would pay special attention tonight to our health and well-being. We ask that you would put life in us, put strength in us, and confidence, courage and peace, love, understanding and wisdom.
Yes.
We ask, Father, that you would renew our spirits on a daily basis and
Yes.
keep us strong in our minds, keep us strong in our bodies, and keep us strong in the efforts to do your greatest work in this life.
Right.
We thank you for this show. We ask that you will be here tonight and speak through us. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
The only thing you missed was some Pedialyte.
Some Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Pedialyte.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Pedialyte, yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
Some Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Okay?
Something that'll wake me up. Yeah, that.
Yeah. So,
Gatorade, something.
so
That's your life.
what else is going on in your life, man?
Man, let me tell you, man, life has been going real good for me. One of the things I can tell you is not just the birthday, man. It's just when you're on the right path.
Happy birthday to you, by the way.
I appreciate it, my brother.
Yeah.
It's another new year for me.
Mhm.
But one of the things I can tell you is in this new year, it's a lot of things coming at me now when I'm on this path I'm on. And it's a lot of great things. And one of the things I can tell you is when you're on a path and you're on the right path, the things that he rewards you with is just beautiful. There's nothing you can speak on.
That's
It's
true.
just things that you see,
That's true.
and it's enlightening.
That's true.
Now, that's what I love.
And I want to piggyback on that just to say that, folks, if you are on what you think is your right path, you should know that some gravy is coming.
Mm.
God is not going to put you in a place where you are pouring out and you're grinding and you're going hard in the right direction and you don't see some of the fruits of your effort.
Say it.
And you know, when all the people who have ever achieved anything in life, you know that can be a lonely road. That can be a hard road that you fight all by yourself. No one understands your pains and your troubles and etc. But before the end of the task, you'll see the gravy. And I think the gravy is what we should look for. We don't know how it's going to show up. It may be more time. Obviously, it may be more money. But sometimes it's just the feeling of self-satisfaction that you broke through that wall, that hurdle, that problem, and you made it happen. You know, I believe that
I agree with
the thing that will satisfy the human spirit more than anything else in the world is achievement.
Oh,
Right?
actually.
When you achieve something, it's far more than money. in the spirit. It can ground you. It can reveal to you that you are capable. You know, self-preservation is the beginning of all of life.
Right.
And I think achievement adds a great deal of love and inspiration to that effort. So if you're on the right path, God has got something beautiful for you. Nobody knows your struggles but you. But I want you to keep moving forward. I want you to keep grinding all day, every day. Don't let no naysayers, don't let nothing stop you. You have to have an attitude, a relentless attitude to be successful. Right? We know, there's billions of people in the world. Most people are just surviving. Most people are just living mundane life. They're not trying to achieve their greatness. They're not reaching for their maximum potential. They're just existing. And if you are one of those who want to reach for maximum potential, you're going to find yourself lonely. You're going to find yourself in a space where nobody understands you. And of course, that's when you reach out to the man upstairs, because he can support you through the situation, circumstances, and challenges that you might have in front of you. So I'm all about achievement, man. If you're trying to make something happen, the word is keep grinding. Right? Keep grinding. And I think it's just about time. We got about 5 minutes here before we go to break. Why don't we jump in, shall we?
Why not? I ain't scared.
Let me make sure if I can get this question right. Would a woman rather have a broke man with free time or a rich man with a business?
Okay.
And no free time.
Now, this is me, and again, this is my personal point of view.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm not supported, I can tell already by the audience.
I can feel the energy. There's a lot of push. There's a lot of push. I'm gonna go ahead. That's what I thought too.
And I'm gonna break this down to how I hear it and how I feel it.
Okay.
Broke to me is not about money. Broke is broken in spirit and not leading you anywhere. That's the broke that I hear. Okay. Broken. That's a person that don't have a purpose, ain't finding his way, and he's lost.
Okay.
Now hold on, and we go rich. Rich don't mean money. You can be rich. Somebody seen something in me when I was younger and knew I was gonna make it. Okay, I have a richness. I have a pouring into. I've been prayed over. I'm gonna be something.
Yeah.
That is a enriching that was already over you.
Okay.
So when you hear these two, I want to define them because a lot of people define them just by money.
Yeah, and that's where we're headed today, right? We talking about a broke person. We talking about no resources. We talking about limited income. We talking about they can't take you on vacation when you want to go. They can't buy you a new house when you need it. They can't take you to dinner, 2, 3 times, 5 times a month. You can't have extra spending money to go buy the Berkeley bags and to go hang out, et cetera, at the yacht club. We talking about brokenness. Okay. And every person goes through brokenness. Okay. But if you work hard and you're focused and you got a little luck and a little love and you got God on your side, you're going to turn that into some prosperity. And this question is really about what do I choose? Do I choose the heart or do I choose the money? Do I want somebody who I can spend loving time with, or do I want somebody who can buy me the life that I want to buy? Those are the two polarities of the question. Right? And so where do you sit, Jay? What's your opinion on the subject here?
Now, I'm going to tell you now, when I was broke, I still was able to pull some things and had some things going on.
Okay.
I was putting them in Grady back then.
Right.
Now that I ran across it, I'm able to make some money. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little different. But I promise you, that time factor, that a lot of people say the rich don't have time, you make time for whatever you want. And that's just life.
Right.
So my whole thing is, I'm not totally believing that the rich don't make time. They make time for whatever they want.
Right.
That's why they able to make money.
Right.
It's off of them.
Right.
And a lot of people chase money.
Right.
But when you make money and you really know how, it's off of you. And the problem of the day is no one else knows your formula, how you're making it. So they're trying to be you.
Yeah.
So you're chasing what you don't even know.
Okay.
Which way you want to go?
Let me just kind of set the narrative here for a little bit. They make time for what they want. Rich people make time for what they want, right? We know countless of households. We know countless of marital relationships where the husband or the father or the man of the house spends a significant amount of time trying to make the ends come together.
Right.
It's kind of the nature of life. And now we got household where women are going just as hard as men.
Mhm.
And so, imagine your wife or your spouse spending 60, 70, 80 hours a week grinding.
Mhm.
And now they finally hit it. They finally make a little money. They finally can do some things. They finally can choose to make time for what they want.
Right.
But they're workaholics now. Or they're afraid to leave this business for a week. I was watching the Jeffersons last night, and Louise said, "George, let's go to Hawaii." He was like, "Please, I can't be away from my business for a week. I'll lose my business." George can do anything he want to do. He can buy her part of Honolulu if he wanted to. But now he's become such a workaholic, he's no longer taking time and spending the quality time that his wife probably used to get when they were broke.
Now,
So now she knows what's possible, but yet she's not getting it because he's got into this pattern where he's not now taking care of her heart because he thinks that if I just take care of the pocket, she can do anything she wants.
all right. Well,
That's some BS, and we all know that.
I'm going to come back with this because we got to go to break. But one of the things I got to tell you is when you're running something, if you have to be there, then you ain't running successfully. You got to understand a mindset of a real boss, because a real boss will tell you you can remove yourself and it's to still run, or you got a jacked up ass process.
Perhaps.
Understand your process, but again, if it's just you, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's some businesses it is just you.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
That's a self-ran. But I'm just saying, an organization of a dry cleaners, that's the Jeffersons. But again, if you go back to a big organization, you need to be that part that approve a lot of things. But if you are removed and it doesn't run right, then you have to look at your process. And my whole thing is in business right now that I'm noticing, I have to make sure I put people in place that can make the same decisions like I would. And I can't be scared of them taking my job. They need to know their job.
Right.
Or I feel like I have to be there. And that's where I don't have time. And that's where I don't want to be.
And let me tell you, there's a lot of people who lose their loving relationships because
Oh,
they don't
I
have
can
time.
understand.
You folks stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay
Right after this. Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
Man, we got a twist. We're going to add something to this equation. How we gonna do this?
Well, let's finish where we started here, and we were talking about George and Louise, and he was a workaholic.
Right.
All of a sudden, he now doesn't make the time or have the time to do the hard things. The question. Let me ask you just point blank, Jay. In your mind, would you, do you think women are would rather have a broke man with time, or do you think they want a rich man with money?
Rich man with money.
Okay, and how does that play itself out? What does that look like?
I mean, a lot of times, what no one really want to look at is a rich man has better options. A broke person trying to make options. And one of the things about a rich person, with these options, he can make multiple things happen. A lot of times, what I'm hearing is that rich man don't got time. I really feel like he does. Because if he got things in place, it's easy for it to run without him. So he can still do things with you. It's his choice. He might not choose to be with you because he has other options. He don't have to, okay? That's the one thing you got to realize. But there's a lot of rich people that spend the time with theirs, and their significant others very happy. Why? Because he can do what he likes. Because he has more options. A broke person don't have these options. They pretty much gonna have to do whatever they need to do to survive because it's getting rough.
Yeah.
And that roughness causes stress. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let me
Don't stay stressed.
Let me just give my 2 cents on it here. In any relationship, what we are always looking for is the heart. We're looking for time. We're looking for quality time. Somebody to talk to, somebody to experience life with, have dinner with, somebody you can talk to, text every day. We're looking for a relationship, right?
That's cute.
And that's cute.
That's cute.
Hey, listen, bruh, there's a lot of broke people have had great lives. Don't let money twist the game about love, right? A scenario like a broke man, a broke family have options as well. They aren't the same options, but they have options. And here's what it comes down to. It comes down to what a woman really values. I think a woman who has never had anything before and she sees a glimpse of an extreme lifestyle, she's going to hover. She's going to take to that. She's going to lean toward that like, wow. But very shortly after she get into the relationship, she realizes that all of these things and stuff is not satisfying her. What she wants is somebody to hold at night, but her husband's always traveling out of town. What she wants is somebody to have dinner with every day, but her husband comes in late from work all the time. I think that she would want, ultimately, I think what she's going to want is a man. But there are women who I believe will settle, and I think our producer tells us very clearly, they have spoken it, I'm okay with a man who can provide for me but have no time for me. And it's a choice that some people will make. I think ultimately it will lead to unhappiness because it's not built on what relationships are built on. It's built on what I can get, what I can have, what I can go and do, the things and stuff, the options. It's not built on a loving relationship.
All right, let's flip it.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna hop in here on y'all.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm gonna just do this real quick. So, no, what you were saying, we over here talking. Y'all can't hear us too good, but you over here talking about, what do you say?
She would prefer.
She would prefer a dude that's going all the time. Sir, that means she got another man. Like, let's be honest. If he's not there, why am I with you? You're not there, right?
Right.
All I'm getting is money from this?
Yeah, you getting paid.
Okay, then I'm gonna have another dude then, right?
No. So you
Why? Why can't I have another dude? Why do I have to settle for somebody not being there?
You don't have to settle.
Right.
The
But
point here is
women
that
do.
you make a choice that his unavailability is okay. He doesn't have time, but he can buy you things. So all we're suggesting is, it's your, you have your opinion.
It's not okay.
Well, see, that's where you're missing the mark because we know a lot of women in Atlanta that it is okay.
That's for them, though.
Right? That's for them.
That's for them.
All I'm suggesting is that there are women who will operate in that way.
Right.
But you're suggesting you wouldn't operate in that way. How would you operate? What would be
I want
your
a combination. Why can't I have both?
What do you want?
Both. What you mean? I want you to be there, but I want you to be busy doing you at the same time.
Okay.
But you have to make time
Okay.
for me. If you ain't got time for me, then why are we together?
Okay.
That's the case. We don't need to be together. You do you, I do me. When we see each other, we do each other.
That sounds kind of nasty. But okay. That sounds like some ATM right there.
Nobody can argue.
Nice.
Nobody can argue your opinion, right?
That's
That's your opinion.
that's a definite
That happens to be my opinion, right? I don't want somebody who doesn't have time for me. Why? And you got to think about coming from a man's perspective. I'm not interested in a woman ever taking care of me.
Right.
And ever taking care of my options and my needs. And most men, the real men, aren't looking for a woman to ever do that. So all they really want is time and heart and communication and love, etc. You don't have to go out. But we have moved into a place in this world now, I believe, where people are settling. And maybe settling meets their needs in today's time. At least I got somebody who will take care of me. You ain't necessarily got to be here, right? If you go among the rich athletes and actors and politicians, if you go among the rich, that this is a very common issue among rich folk, right? This is a very common issue. Their husband is always working. The wife is always working. And we like I'm sure a lot of the women will say, hey, baby, I'm going to plan this trip, so we can spend some time together. I know I ain't going to see you for another 2 weeks. I'm going to plan this weekend, so we do that. And so you can kind of press your way into time, even with a rich man. But it requires patience. And it requires sometimes being dissatisfied a little bit before you can get your needs fulfilled. right? Again, I'm looking at the Jeffersons. I see Weezy have that issue all the time, right? All these ball players, you think LeBron's wife, listen, this is where we're going to spend our family time, this is where we're going to spend our quality time, and you going to be here. She makes it happen, right? Otherwise, he's always got this. He's always got an interview. He's always got this. He's always got that. And I would imagine that his world of profession could easily eat away at his relationship, right? And you think about, that's why rich people have so many divorces. The divorce rate among wealthy people is incredible. Why? Because of this exact disparity. Right. One person has money, and they think that their money satisfies the relationship, and it doesn't. The money satisfies whatever it needs to satisfy, but it doesn't satisfy people. And if it does satisfy people, it's short term. It's temporary. You can buy my love for a little while, but after a while, I want you here. I want you here to talk to me. I want you here to be with me. I want you here to know who I am. I want you here to understand me. You know what? I imagine a wife with a husband like that not feeling well. Not feeling well for 4 or 5 days, 6 days. Really, she can't even fulfill her own options because now she's stuck at home, in the house, in the bed, whatever. And so now she starts to say, where's my man at? Right? Where's my significant other? Oh, he can't be here again. Oh, he can't be here again. That's what happens when I say I get disappointed over and over and over and over. Then I want to reach for somebody else. Then I want to reach for somebody outside of the relationship. Right? And there's where it gets torn down. Oh yeah, I got plenty of money. And there are men and even women who say it's cheaper to keep them. And so they might know that you have somebody else, but we've been married for 10 years. We've been married for 20 years. Ain't no need, I've been doing my thing, you be doing your thing. We kind of hold down the household.
They're called swingers.
Those are all, swingers. Close to it, right? Yeah. They're all shallow relationships. I think it was said before we started this show, in earnest, that no one wants the extreme of either end. We are all looking to have it all. And there's no reason we shouldn't have it all. There's no reason I shouldn't have plenty of money and a happy, loving relationship with my spouse's significant other. There's no reason I shouldn't have plenty of money. And if I have plenty of money, it actually means I should be able to make more time for my significant other. I should be able to have more interpersonal interactions with my significant other in a reasonable amount of time than anybody else, because I have options, just like you said.
But it also, was it planned? See, a lot of times we don't understand. In relationships, a lot of things are planned. And I hope you in a relationship and you have a plan of where you're trying to go. But if I'm with somebody and I'm planning to do big things and they're with me and they understand, then there's going to be sacrifice along the way. With that sacrifice, it might cause me to not be there as much. But in that, we can plan on how we can do things. And that communication alone can keep a fire going, okay? What smothers it is lack of communication and your determination, and you drown out hers. But when she keeps you fueled and letting you know that she supports you, then we are both going to be successful. So the rich is just going to keep coming, but our plan is in place. So we stick to the plan, and then it's a success. But a lot of times, everybody got their own plan. She just planned on being a good wife. He planned on being the best husband. They don't communicate. So now he shoots way up here. She's feeling like, I support you. I'm here and I'm doing the kids. But we don't talk about where we're going. So now he's making his way, and she's starting to find out she's left out. I'm not with you no more. You always there because the plan ain't working. But it really was no damn plan. So I really feel like we need to talk, communicate, and plan. And that's what makes things more successful. A successful relationship from the broke to the rich is one that's planned. Broke people can plan on how they're going to make it off no money. And they stay together because they know ain't no money, but they know we got a guard. We know we got this coming. So we're going to plan it. And this is how they stick together. That's how we are strong. But how we become weak is thinking different ways thinking this shit gonna come together. Ain't gonna happen without that communication.
Ain't
Tell
gonna
them.
happen.
It's
And
gonna
I'm
destroy each other.
gonna bring George and Wheezy back in the equation just for a second. That I spend a lot of time alone, and I spend a lot of time working. And so anytime I get a chance to just kind of look up and woo-saw, I'll put on something fun, funny, whatever. So I've been watching a lot of the Jeffersons lately, right? I'm on episode like 95 or something. And sometimes it just plays and it turns and I'm thinking, you know what I mean? But what I don't want to have in front of me is something that I have to pay real attention to, right?
Okay.
So as I'm watching this show, all of these different episodes, and these are just scripts.
Right.
These are just written scripts. As I'm watching, I continue to see George reminding himself of how Wheezy was there when nobody else was there.
Mhm.
And in the midst of him reminding himself of that, he always makes the time for his lady. Right? That's key. And so there can be an opposite paradigm that I just mentioned, which basically says that, yeah, I am rich, and you know what? I don't want to spend my time with nobody else because she was always there. When I was broke, when I had nothing, when I, couldn't do for myself, when I was sick or whatever, she was there. And so when I get prosperous, the only person I want to spend my time with is her. That's the scenario that I choose, that I would like to end up in, right? There's no doubt wealth and prosperity is a part of my future. And when I get there, my Mrs. Right is always going to be the main thing.
Right. But you also know Mrs. Right have to know this. Now, with her communicating with you and knowing this, y'all grow together. That's how the relationship should start anyway. It should be off the premise of where I'm at, where I'm going. And then when she see it, she can add value to it. I always feel like a good woman that's for you adds. They multiply. Okay? So let her multiply your desire. She should help feed you. She's the one going to be looking out to make sure you got your lunch. She's going to make sure you eat. She's going to be the one that does all the extra things that you don't have time for. She's going to make time in her plans to make sure you are all right. That person is the person that's aiding you, and that's the person you never want to forget. Because that person added more value than you ever knew.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes a relationship more strong. What makes it weak is when you forget about her and you don't care about her. Who in the hell will want to be rich or poor?
Yeah.
And no one want to be deserted and damn sure disrespected.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
And I would imagine how, for a man, how or when the woman comes into the equation. Does she come in while I'm still, shallow and I'm broke and I'm still working hard and I still got to grind? Or did she come in after I got my riches?
I really want to make sure she came in after I got healed. Because you got to understand, it's a process. And everybody's not understanding that. When you been through some shit and you ain't never got no counseling and no nothing, you just sitting there, you are harvesting a whole lot of pain. And you don't think you don't give that back off, you about crazy.
Yeah.
You got to let that out. And then when that person comes, you don't have to push that on her. They're going to push that love back in you and you're going to be refilled. Because the problem is we keep pouring out. And ain't nobody pouring in. And that's you not understanding your circle. But the minute you start realizing that there's somebody that can pour it back into you, you'll cut out to all the ones you poured out to.
Yeah.
Maybe not your kids, but all the rest.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch the flow. And all of a sudden now everybody's getting fed. And everything is working. You're out of balance. They say equal low. I would say out of balance.
One of the pictures that comes in my head in this equation, and we're gonna go ahead and take our final break here in a moment, is that I really like Steve Harvey, right?
Okay.
I see him a lot with his wife.
Okay.
I hear him talking a lot about his wife. and we all have to have something to aspire to.
Okay.
Right? And so I'm sitting on the sideline like, you know what? He's dedicated to her. And he's showing the world that he's dedicated to her. That's such a meaningful picture to me. That's an image that means a lot to me. That he didn't just make it there and, he's kind of leaving her behind, or he's not putting her in the, in the stream with her. He is actually saying, he's showing they take vacations all the time. You know what I mean? But
he's rich and he's showing that he can still make time.
That he
So
can still make
that's
time.
right back to what we say.
Yeah,
but one thing Steve said that I will promise you, I want to sit there and say, he looked at Marjorie and said, "You got me, I got you, and I kill everybody up in here. And everybody like, what did Steve just say? Ain't nobody more important than one that he's looking at. And I really feel like in my life, I felt jealous and I said I wanted that.
Yeah.
And I seen that, well, that was a minute ago since I seen that. But that is like, yo, that's key.
Yeah.
That's key to realizing. I ain't gonna talk on his life because again, anybody say it's not as perfect. But bottom line is, if that's where he's at, I'm happy for him. Where I want to be is I want to be happy for me. Your equation don't have to be his.
Absolutely.
But make it yours.
Absolutely.
Figure out what you got wrong and get right. Now, if he's in a better place now and he's doing better things, people still judge him by his past. They're going to do me the same damn way. Only thing I can tell you is get off that wagon of a past and understand purpose changes people. Get a purpose and quit judging people. Because he on his, well, get on yours before you start judging. Because one thing I can say, he seemed happy, but I ain't worried about his happiness. I'm more worried about mine. Because if you got to use him, it's because you're using it as a shield because you can't get yours right. Get your life right, get happy, and live a better life.
There you go. And if you folks will stay tuned, we're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Right after this. Welcome back to Bar Talk with Jack.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Man, I said it right. It was kind of heated.
Interesting statement. It was heated, wasn't it?
Man, I liked it.
And I think the heat comes from everybody protecting their own side.
But,
The women were protecting their side,
Right.
the men was there protecting their side, and that happens often. Sometimes we don't see each other. But again, I said a lot of things that I was trying to root for the women. You know what I mean? How George had to, he had to check himself, like, hey, she was there from the beginning. I need to do this. I don't know, man. It's everybody has needs and wants. And just depending upon the situation of life you are in at that moment, you might choose your wants over your needs. Right? If you've been broke all your life and you meet a prosperous man, you're probably going to take that paper even though you know he might not be right. He might be a little edgy, he might be a little mean. We've seen it happen through the history of mankind. You can't tell me it doesn't happen often, right? People are choosing the wrong choice for shallow reasons. And so it's real. However, let's change the game a little bit.
What you got?
Okay, I didn't make this title up, but it's like this.
What you got?
Beauty and booty,
Okay.
or average looks and brains. Typically, a man is not looking for money,
Right.
but he is looking for something. So is he looking for a straight dime piece, or if he's looking somebody that can help him, be a good manager of life,
Educated woman.
somebody who can pay the bills, and somebody who, what's gonna happen?
That's, something, in younger years, I would tell you all day long, there's going to be booty and beauty, okay? That's where you're going to go. That was my whole stage, but I ain't going to lie. It worked real good for me because that's a beautiful person. They had it all, and it was nice. But somewhere along the line, things got a little bit better for me when I started realizing that they didn't always show the brain capacity. Not saying it was all dumb, that I would never insult anybody I was with.
Okay.
But I can tell you, when you with an intelligent person that can really formulate you and understand you, that right there takes it to a whole nother level.
It takes it to a whole nother
And
level.
at that point, that person become more beautiful than the person that just had that booty and that first hand look compared to what she looked like. And she might have been average, but she's no longer average. That beauty is shown through her mind and the fact that she had a good look anyway. But I promise you, it just added more value to what I'm looking at. I always like that just because of the fact that one of the things I wanted is more. What I seen, I want more than just what I seen. I remember when I met somebody, they interrogated me, and they weren't impressed about my talk radio show. They weren't impressed with me being a VP. They want to know, who the hell are you? Who raised you? Okay? And it made me realize, for once in my life, that they challenged me. to say, can you say who you really are? Can you have something behind the stuff that you do? Who the hell are you? And I'm telling you right now, it makes you check yourself, because most people can't do it. Most people be like, what you mean? I do this. They use their job as a leverage. But you should be more than a job. I use a talk radio show to talk about things, but you should be of that. But a lot of people are not, because they read from a script. They're an actor. Most people don't want an actor. They want that person.
They want that person.
You don't
And-
know that person
yeah.
until you get to know that person.
What's
And that right there changes the game.
What's the movie with Taye Diggs, and he had a choice between his good friend and his girl. What's the name of it? Love and Basketball? Love and Basketball. That's it. And that's a perfect, that's almost like a perfect, scenario as to what we're trying to paint here. That I guess she was the beautiful one, but what he really wanted was a friend.
Right.
He valued the friend more than just a beautiful girl in his life, a beautiful woman in his life. And I think what this conversation always comes back to is substance. Nobody just wants glamour. We want somebody to talk to and to work with and to understand and to love. What you got, boo?
I mean, let's keep it real though, fellas.
Right.
And we're in the ATL. What you think all these women out here getting these BBLs for? They trying to attract the money.
Right.
So let's just keep it real. You know that what they doing it for.
That's
you know what I mean? So it's rampant out here.
right. It is rampant, and we kind of live in our little microcosm world here, in Atlanta, New York, Miami, all these big cities. Because there's only 50% of the entire United States lives in 8 states.
Yeah.
Right, 50% of the entire United States lives in 8 states. So when you get these people coming together, you see a lot of new attitudes
Right.
and stuff that are kind of extreme. But I think in the end, what we all want is a heartfelt relationship. What we will always choose is what looks pretty. That's kind of in the nature of life, right? We always will choose the good-looking thing over the thing that might have more utility. But in the end, what we really want is greater utility, greater functionality, greater love, greater, etc. I've had a few dime pieces that I couldn't talk to. And I tried, because I'm a talker. I want to talk about, hey, what's your life look like? Where you going? What you been through? I believe that, the things and stuff, me taking you out and me taking you on trips and all of that stuff, that's not very meaningful. The meaningful stuff is I can sit down and have a conversation with you on a Tuesday night at dinner.
I got a question for you.
Please.
So it sounds like older men want somebody that's educated, right? And when you're younger, you just want somebody with a body and that's a dime piece. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but there's no judgment in that,
So I
right?
need
We
to
all
talk about-
want.
okay.
Listen, how many young women are very attracted to the handsome man, but he ain't gonna never do nothing for her, right? We've seen that thousands of years. We've seen women attracted to the good-looking man and the guy who was really trying to be her friend. That's almost every movie is built on that. Almost every movie
I
is
hear
built
what you're
on that.
saying. So, like, those are the ones you just one night, you just check them off the list then. Keep it moving, right? That's what y'all do too, right?
Right.
Well, we usually will try. We'll
Right,
try
what,
to
talking
get.
to them?
Yeah, like if you got a dime piece, okay, and I got to
You
say
using
that.
the person for their body.
Huh?
Sound like you're using the person for their body.
Basically.
That's it. That's
I
all you're
don't,
gonna get.
I don't think you understand the narrative that I'm painting here. There's no right or wrong. I'm just saying that people drift towards what's beautiful, and what's beautiful is what's not always what's best for them. You see what I mean? Just because she's beautiful, she'll make you look good in the world, but she ain't gonna help you pay your bill. She ain't gonna help you get your credit right. She ain't gonna help you, go to church. She ain't gonna help you, da-da-da-da-da. That's all I'm suggesting, is that we all, men, women, humanity, we choose the wrong things for the wrong reasons. And if we can all wake up to that, maybe we can find ourselves in a place where that guy who's not the most attractive, who really's been trying to knock at your door, you might ought to give him a shot. See if he got a decent head about it. See if he can take care of you. See if he's interested in giving you his heart. and his love. He might go and make lots of money, but if you don't give him an opportunity and you just keep leaving, listen, all the movies are like that, right?
Right.
This is what just about every movie says, that they keep going for the dime piece, but really the girl who's always right there in his corner, that's the one that was meant for him. And so I think this is a lesson for all of us to say that we should probably be asking questions about who are you more than we should be paying attention to what you look like.
There you go. Because that's what it's going to boil back down to what Boob was talking about. Boob said they going out there and they getting these butt jobs and the rest. And that's because they looking for attraction. Understand, if that's what they really needed, God would have gave it to them.
Yeah.
All right? They wouldn't got something because they want to attract. They don't understand. Half of them ain't healed. Half of them ain't right. You want what you don't even understand. So now you got it. You got everybody looking at you. You're an Instagram model. You this, you that. My whole thing is now you got my damn attention.
Right.
What are you bringing to the table now that you got the look that I'm looking for? Because you ain't got the mental. Understand, you giving me an image. What's in your head? That's what's sad to me. You run down here, you fix your body, you change yourself for something that everybody want to look at.
Right.
And now that I'm looking at you, what you gonna hold me with? Because you ain't got nothing upstairs. You did it all downstairs. Now you're downstairs straight and your upstairs is missing.
And if you live in Atlanta and you meet a woman who has body sculpture, you have to pay a lot of attention to her mind. Because she may be on one. She may be so hyped about her body that she wants to wear skimpy stuff all the time. She's in the attention tracking mode, right? And she got a whole body done for it. And she's not gonna come out of that mode. When you're not around and you doing X, Y, and Z, she out there, flaunting her body. You have to pay attention that she did it to get attention. But once she gets you, that attention might be too much for both of them. For both him and her.
Not just Atlanta though.
No, not just in Atlanta. It's everywhere. But
I tell you what,
wait, how skimpy clothes got to deal with this? Right?
No, I'm not even going to skimpy clothes.
What skimpy clothes got to do with it?
It's attraction.
Your attention. So women are infamous for needing attention. And so I go and sculpture my body to get attention, and now I get attention, I attract a great man, but I don't bring any substance to the table. Right? I'm not talking about you, Pam. You ain't taking everything personally.
No,
it's not you.
I know you ain't talking about
listen,
me.
You've seen these women out here doing way too much. And when they get that man, are they really going to bring anything to the table? You have to ask yourself that. Once you attract a man with a sculptured body, how are you going to behave after the fact? You know what I mean? That's all of our concern, right? That's what as an up and comer. As a boss in my own life, I'm like, she is gorgeous, but is she too stuck on attention to be, can she let that go? Let some of that go. Some of it can be overbearing, and a lot of women, even when they're overbearing, they can't see that they're overbearing. You know what I mean?
I like the ones that just balance. The ones that know they got it and they ain't trying to show it. They always trying to be more professional, and they're more of a mom. Yeah. They're more laid back. Where something, yeah. I'm gonna look good. Yeah. I'm not gonna go out with a bonnet on and look crazy with flip flops and looking unprofessional. They always trying to care about their looks, but I promise you, when they doing something for you and you see them, you see the most beautiful thing that you would think you would see on a magazine. You'd be like, look at this, and that's what you have. And you don't care for everybody else to see it. Most people see it and they want what everybody done seen. I would rather a person that didn't show the world every damn thing. I don't want what everybody else done has.
Speak it, Jay.
But everybody want that.
That's it.
I don't give a damn for somebody on Instagram that done showed all that shit to everybody else. Y'all run for that. Give me somebody that ain't giving me everything on Instagram and give it to me.
Give it some real.
Give me me.
Yeah.
Give me something that I can see, that I can appreciate compared to what you give everybody else. And it's going to be hard to shut it off. But when you get a real one won't show everybody. but she'll show you.
A real one won't show everybody.
A real one won't show
That's
to
exactly right.
everyone.
A real
She'll
one
show
is
you.
not really interested.
At what point y'all talking about right now? Because I'm sorry.
At what point did you realize that's what you wanted?
When I was talking to her and I seen she was intelligent enough to understand me, and then later on I found out the greatness in her. I didn't even see all the beauty that she really had because I never pictured her with clothes off. I only imagined her mind. Later on, she blew me away with all I got. That's something that you got to understand differently compared to what you were seeking. I was seeking outside. I learned inside. Once you learn that, it's a difference.
Yeah.
But you got to be there. I can't help nobody else. I only speak for me. Because all men ain't going to say it the same. They're going to go with the outer exterior, and they ain't going to know what they got till they get in it.
Have you
That's
ever
them.
have you ever dated a guy who it's like the longer you dated him, the more you realize that he was like, wow, he got muscles. Wow, he's smart. Oh wow, he's really caring. And then as you grow in a relationship, you're like, I never saw all of this in this person before, right? And it comes out. That's kind of what he's talking about. That if we've met women who they just seem like regular women, they're good women, regular women. But the more you get to know them, you're like, she is strong. She got a lot of confidence. Oh, when she decided that she want to go out, she'd be blah, she's like blah blah. We get those ahas from a woman. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for, okay, she ain't got all the curves that all these other women got, but she a keeper. She's actually a dime piece because of her inside. Right? She's actually a winner, whether we ever stay together, she's a winner because of her inside. And I think that more and more men and even more women are moving to the genuine and real and less about the outer cover. The outer cover doesn't always answer the questions, but if you get to know them and they're good, loving, strong, healthy, people, that's what we want. We want what's on the inside more than what we want on the outside. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Yes.
All right, I don't know what the hell I just said, dude. All right, I mean, because again, perception is perception. Don't get me wrong. And that's why I love what we do, because it gives different perception, especially over the topic that we talk about. Because I really want y'all to understand, it's y'all formula. Please understand.
It's your
this
formula.
show
Your
is
formula.
to get you to enhance your formula, to see that you're running after things and you ain't fixing yourself.
That's right.
It starts from you. If you running for a woman to make you happy, please understand. If you ain't happy on the inside, then you're going to destroy her. Don't make her unhappy because of the fact you don't know you. Get to know yourself in a position, in a place where she can love you for being you, but you running after something else because you want to hide your pains. That's all I'm saying. We are unhealthy people chasing after a dream and ain't understanding how to get fixed.
And if all of us realize nothing else as a result of this show, is that there is unhealthy choices, and there is shallow choices. There's choices that we make that are based on immaturity. There are choices that we make based on what people have rather than who they are. And all of those choices are going to fall short of the glory of happiness. Because you're looking for what's on the outside when what you really need is what's on the inside. The inside is what satisfies. The inside is what propels. The inside is what builds happiness in between couples and in relationships. So you can choose a real fine man not fine man. You can choose a rich man or you can choose a broke man. What's your taste? You can choose a fine woman or you can choose a woman with brains and not so fine. What's your taste? It's all about your formula. And with that, I'm going to close out our show. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. My boy Smooth Jay. And of course, we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We hope you have been liberated by this show. It's just our opportunities to be leaders in the community. Yes. I wonder how you would ever have entertained this conversation if you had not listened to this show. But if you have entertained this conversation during this show or any other set, you now have an understanding of how you make choices. Yes. And that's what this is all about, helping people make better choices. So we want to thank you folks. We love you. We appreciate you. And with that, folks,
we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.